Hi Libra, here's a general look at your solar chart for March 2012. There's a real practical feel this month. The sun comes around to this part of your solar chart at the same time every year, and it'll be there until the 20th. So it'll be the physical, the material aspects of your life here on Earth that's going to be highlighted. And it's basically the stitch in time saves 9 moment now. You might have to be dealing with a lot of details, perhaps paperwork, correspondence, particularly late month. Also, you'll be putting physical effort into getting things running smoothly, but kind of pulling strings from the background, maybe kind of a bit covertly behind the scenes, because you can't come right out center stage and start, really letting them have it, sort of thing. Or maybe you don't want to, because this feels like a time of preparation of what's going on backstage, behind the curtain, and that might not be external things that you have on a desk in front of you, or that you've got to do in and around where you live, or your working environment. Maybe it's all about what's going on inside of you, and oftentimes it's a mixture of the two. So this is a good time to be paying more attention to yourself, paying more attention to your well-being, health, diet, but also organising basic stuff, maintenance, repairs, the to-do list, being quite regular in daily tasks, and perhaps you'll be having more contact with healers, mainstream ones, alternative ones, or service providers, or in fact you are there providing the service. You are there to be somebody else's healer or helper in some way, you see, at the moment. Until the 5th, close relationships should get a boost, and you and someone could really hit it off. Venus is in her favourite place, and then from the 5th onwards she's in her next favourite place. So Venus is working very powerfully for you this month, which is really good news. You could probably do with a break, and you'll benefit from getting things off your chest, or seeking perhaps confidential advice, or having a real close heart-to-heart talk with someone, particularly after the 5th of the month. However, somebody might want to be very sort of candid and have a heart-to-heart talk, but there's a feeling of confidentiality about all of this as well. Maybe they'll want to be having that with you. Another way this can work is that finances somehow or other will get sorted out, or at least there's some kind of reprieve, or in fact it can be a lucrative time. It depends on your natal chart, but it tends to be a more materially stable time when Venus is in the part of your solar chart that she'll be in from the 5th. And at least if it's not finances, it can be treats or favours, coming your way, more likely to be coming your way from that time there. And if you want to apply for something, then that might be a good time to do it. Feelings could be near the surface, but it very much looks as though you will have the emotional support there, through somebody there to hold your hand, to keep you happy, but also it could be resources as well. And around the 13th and 15th, a bonus could be in the pipeline, but don't assume things. Don't have too high expectations. Just be realistic. Keep both feet on the ground. But yes, there could be a little bit of a bonus going on there. By the way, between the 3rd and the 4th, or on the 3rd and the 4th, you could feel as though things are in close relationships or one-to-one professional relationships. Things, you've got to be a little bit more responsible. You've got a bit more of a burden on your shoulders. Now, after the 24th, information exchange in personal or professional relationships is well highlighted. 2 heads are better than 1 in that case, and you'll probably be enjoying bouncing ideas off somebody else, or feeling very informed by what they have to say, and then inspired perhaps even by what they have to say, or someone else's viewpoint is very, very helpful to you, and it helps you to clarify things, but also they're wanting your viewpoint, they're wanting your words, they're wanting your account of it. Also, you can be more looked upon as the go-between or the information giver or the teacher or the guide at this time. Mercury turns retrograde on the 12th for 3 weeks, which can just slow things down. It has you waiting on a response, it has you waiting for something or somebody to arrive. You know, it can be a bit like that, or it can mean delays or postponements, or others getting the wrong end of the stick, you getting the wrong end of the stick, conflicts of opinion, that sort of thing. And that'll stay retrograde until early April, at which time things should be rolling along more quickly and smoothly from when Mercury turns direct. From the 24th, on the 24th, Mercury retrogrades into Pisces, and that means that your mind will be more focused upon practical chores. It'll be singing from the same page as the Sun was, but the Sun will have left there by then because the Sun leaves there on the 20th. So Mercury is picking up then the trail of perhaps mental focus being very much on juggling many details. Again, the to-do list, paperwork, correspondence, but it might not be that. It might be an exchange with somebody else, which is life enhancing. It helps with your well-being. It helps with some sort of mundane, problematical situation, which might be quite mechanical. It might even be to do with vehicles or communications equipment. But you've got this lovely position of Venus, which means that exchanges tend to go well. You find the right person, and a personal relationship, it might be, is deepening, or if it's not that, then a therapist or an advice giver or somebody supplying some other kind of service like a plumber or a doctor or a dentist. These people can be quite helpful. There can be a good time for negotiations and feeling more rapport with others, whether that's in a personal or professional sense. And if it is not like that with just one person, then somebody to kind of give you that feeling of support won't be too far away, I don't think. Mars is going to be in a background area for several months to come, so you could be doing a lot in the background, behind the curtain, backstage. You could be pulling strings and manipulating things, but you're not able to come right out in front and sort of shout it out yet. You know, that's not the time. It will be the time from July onwards, but not yet. And so you are very much in this time of being very proactive, but kind of out of sight, as it were. And you need to be looking after yourself more, because your energy levels can dip during this time, and Mars is so long in the sign before yours, Virgo, which is the sign before your one. And so whenever you can, chill out, put your feet up, let others take the strain, go in for activities which heal you, like whatever it is, walking, reading, you know. But this is a very good time to go in for something really physically, where you've got to put your physical energy into it, like Tai Chi or yoga or dancing or whatever it is that helps you connect with the part of yourself which is which is more spontaneous, and which takes you out of yourself, you see. So, and also this is a time when dreams may be stimulated, and your dream life might have the volume turned up on it. Also, others want a piece of you. This is the thing about Mars here. It is the house of higher service, and it's going to be here for a long time. and so you have to be very strong and firm about your boundaries, what you will and won't tolerate, and learn to say no, it's not convenient, instead of yes all the time. You could, any of you working in the healing field or in anything to do with psychic work, then again, really the Mars energy here will have, there's probably more will be coming at you, whether that's because more needy people will be there who want to lean on you, or whether that's because there's such a lot going on inside of you that it feels like what's coming at you. That's for you to know. Just be careful though, you Librans with Mars here, that you don't, because this Mars transit can trigger your baggage, your emotional baggage, is that you don't make a decision whilst in a certain mood, really, and best to sleep on it first. And then you should be more aware, I think, of your own mechanism and your those demons coming up to the surface sometimes as well. You might be able to kind of pick them off, because you realise that is part of this Mars transit, and this is the time when you could be dealing with some of that inner stuff. If that's the way around you want to be doing it, don't try, being aware that you've got a tendency, maybe more than ever, to project your inner stuff onto somebody else, and then it's like a magic lantern show, which is obscuring how they really and truly are, and what the relationship really and truly is about. And now, from the 20th, you will be cooperating or liaising more, and a friendship or professional relationship could be deepening. So, yes, really more of the same, but it's more connecting in with, that bonding feeling. The new moon conjunct Uranus and Mercury on the 22nd could conjure the unexpected, the bizarre, or magical insight over the coming months, or in fact the week before it happens. You might have an event may manifest then, and it will particularly affect early Librans. Something that is a bit of a surprise, or is a little bit unconventional, I would say. It's not necessarily a bad thing at all. And that's it for March. I've been speaking about the slower moving inner planets, which are always playing out on the stage against the backdrop of the slower moving outer planets, and you'll find the information about what they are doing and piece the two together if you go to my website and read it, or in fact if you just listen to the second part of the forecast for the whole of 2012 for your sign. And those of you who know your rising sign or your moon sign might like to go and listen to the forecast for those as well, and put that, throw that into the mix and see what comes up, and hopefully it'll be helpful to you. And I'll see you the next time.